They have missed out on Eza, but they did sign Kudus, who's quickly established himself as their biggest attacking threat. And he's been speaking to our reporter Sam Obaseki ahead of his first taste of a North London derby.
Manager, has he asked of you anything in particular? Obviously, we've seen you started really well. The fans have taken to you well as well. Is it more of what you've just been doing, or has he changed your game a little bit?
Firstly, he's playing me in the position definitely I see myself developing in. And yeah, he demands a lot as well from me, everyone on the pitch. From how we play, you can see how we press a lot. Also offensively and defensively, as an offensive player, there's a lot you need to do more of the ball as well if you want to play. So yeah, still learning and still trying to adapt to the style of play, me and the whole team, because we just started this season together. So we're just trying to help each other and then help grow and understand each other even better. But yeah, it's been pleasure working with him already, and I look forward to more times with him and then achieving a lot with him also.
Amazing. And do you feel like you still have that freedom, the freedom to express yourself on the pitch? I know sometimes when players move from a club to another club where the defenders defend differently, it might take time to adjust, but how have you found it?
I think that's one of the big highlights for me, with the way I understand and see the game and how I want to play, yeah. There's a freedom in the final third to be as creative as I want to be and can be, So I'm not restricted in me, which is something I really love about how we play, and obviously just find the right time to do the stuff I want to do in the opposition third.
You've got a big game coming up next, North London derby, and we know that Arsenal obviously are doing really well, not conceding that many goals. We know that you're one of the key players for Spurs going forward. Have you seen anything in their team that you think you can exploit or get into?
We will see that after the game, I guess. Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be a nice game to play. Yeah, so focus on the weekend and see how it goes on the weekend.
So focus on the weekend, but Tim, let's look at Spurs. I mean, they're currently fifth, but the fans, they're still not really sold on Thomas Frank, are they?
No, they're not. It's because of their form at home. It's not been good enough. Not been entertaining. They haven't been picking up results. The fans will tolerate no matter how you play. They did it with Jose, they did it with Antonio Conte. If you're winning every week, as soon as the results start dipping, like they have with Tottenham, especially at home, then they start looking at being entertained and the performances, and it's not been good enough. And I can't really put my finger on it.
They're fifth, and they were 17th.
They're fifth, but I can understand why. I mean, I did that game against Man United. They were both as poor as each other. Yeah. I mean, it was a very poor 2-2. But on the other hand, you've got to take them away from home, like they're going to the Emirates. It's going to be difficult. They make it difficult. They play on a counter attack. They're not under as much pressure to play a certain way, like the home fans bring. They can play how they want. They can suck up the possession. They can suffer. They don't mind suffering out without the ball. Then they've got pace. They've got likes of Kudus, who's been refreshing. He's picked up a few injuries, but when he's played, he's been. I think he's been a plus. He's not been outstanding. I don't think he's ever going to be outstanding. I think he's not consistent enough to be that man. But he has moments, and hopefully he can have a moment at the weekend.
I mean, looking at Spurs, though, going back to what you were talking about with Thomas Frank, this is Spurs' first season without both Son and Kane, who were their goal scorers. And they've had injuries to Maddison, Solanke, Kulusevski all season. Yeah. Is it too early to judge Thomas Frank?
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah, we've got to give him the time to be able to do it and get them players back, because it helps with Kulusevski. I think he's got a load of flavour, and certainly Maddison has as well. They can make you play. They can give you a little bit more control in the game. At the moment they're playing, they're all similar. The wide, I've said it before, Xabi Simons they was bringing in, I wasn't convinced. I was here when he come in, because I felt he was similar to Odegaard, he was similar to Tell, he was similar to what they've already got. Kudus has come in, I thought he was quite similar, but he's a little bit more personality. I think he takes the game to the opposition a little bit more, and he's got more end product. Centre forwards, they've had injuries to Solanke, you said that. Richarlison's like hit and miss, you don't know what you're going to get. Sometimes he's a 10 out of 10 and sometimes he's a 2 out of 10. It's just, you've got to take the rough with the smooth with him. So I haven't been really impressed with Tottenham, even though their position in the league is fine at the moment. What is success for Tottenham at the end of the season? They've had the Europa League success. They've had the Open Tour top bus. They've tasted it. If they was to finish outside the European places, and which is very,
Champions
very
League or European League?
European place.
European.
Outside Champions League. Sorry, outside fourth or fifth. I think possibly.
Top 5.
Then it would be a failure if they didn't win a domestic trophy. They already lost the biggest game of the season, which was the Newcastle game in the Carabao Cup. For me, that was a huge game of football. They had to win that. It was away from home, but they got beat. So I think they're up against it to have a successful season, because the only thing the Tottenham fans will see as a success is to finish in the Europa League or Champions League. Sorry, Europa League will not tick the box for them.
What have you made of Julian? What have you made of Thomas Frank and Spurs so far? I think the Spurs fans are a little bit too harsh on him.
I don't know if it's too harsh. I think Tim said it really well. He's a pragmatic coach. So I think the defensive structure came first, although they considered a bit lately. But certainly, I think they will be solid first and foremost, and then they will probably play a bit more with the ball. I think the Son and Kane point is very interesting, because they knew for a long time that Son would not be there. And yet they waited the last day of the transfer window to sign Colomwani on loan, who is not really the answer. We talk about Richarlison and Solanke. Colomwani is another one. He's not world class. He's a good player. If you play on his strength, he will give you a lot, as we saw in the Champions League game against Copenhagen, for example. But he's still not Brazilian Ronaldo either. So I think in the recruitment in the summer, I think there's question to be asked over what the club did at the time. We said they missed out on Eze, for example, and things like that. I think there's a lot of questions mark over that, but now he's got these squads. I think they will improve. He needs more energy, I feel, from the fans, and I know it's difficult at home, but he feeds off energy, Thomas Frank. That's what he did at Brentford. And even from the players, sometimes I feel like they're not really responding in terms of energy in the way he would like them to.
Well, this game on Sunday, it is massive.
It's the biggest game.
It is the biggest game, and for this Tottenham side, and for the players that are injured and currently the squad that they've got, are we going to see a bit of a scrap? Is this going to be a proper battle? Is that how they're going to get through this game?
I'm not sure you're allowed to do that anymore in the modern day.
But do you know what I mean, though? Is it going to be one of those, backs against the walls? Exactly. Is it going to be?
It will be a low block. It will be you break us down, and we'll try and catch you on the counter attack. That's what it'll be. Long throws, set pieces. I mean, Thomas has said it in his press conference today. If we can nullify them on set pieces, we're half the battle. Now, they're good at set pieces as well, Tottenham. They've got their own threats. And Gabriel missing is going to be a huge blow for Arsenal. But Arsenal they want to go out there and put a performance on. You cannot underestimate how big this game of football is for Arsenal. If they've got aspirations to go and win the Premier League, they have to win this game, in my opinion. Not because of the points total, because of what it would mean. On the back of drawing a game at Sunderland when everyone expected them to win, to lose a North London derby, the cloud what would come over the Emirates would be huge. You've got to forget the Bayern Munich game. They will qualify through the group anyway. Chelsea coming after that. This would be huge. If they lose, it could end up in a couple of, it spirals, it snowballs into something serious. They'll still be there or thereabouts, but everyone will be the same old thing. Arsenal bottled it, can't play without Gabriel. The same old question marks will be coming into play.
Look at this. Tim really trying. He knows Mikel's watching the show today, doesn't he? He knows it. Now, as ever on Premier League Friday, we want you to get involved in our poll, and this is an interesting one tonight.